All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This one's about to get real. This one's entitled It Isn't Always His or Her Fault. And this is going both ways. Like, everybody is trying to skirt around the fact that you don't want somebody in your life when you do. But the fact of the matter is people's issues are just too much to deal with, right? But some of these issues aren't the opposite sex's fault. You can't blame everything on the opposite sex. Like, take this into consideration. How you treat yourself is not his or her fault. If you're not being good to yourself and you meet somebody that isn't being good to you also, that isn't his or her fault. You set the precedent by not treating yourself good in the first place. That's not their fault. Okay, and I'm talking about people who are adults at this particular point. If your family screwed you up, that's not his or her fault. You know? If you like a toxic lifestyle, that's not his or her fault. It's not. You know? If you are lacking character and integrity, but you want somebody to keep, but you have this flip side of this understanding that, you know, they don't have to, but they can deal with your BS, that's not his or her fault. That's you. That's your problem. I'm going to go into this. And I'm setting the groundwork here because this is what bothers me. If you want somebody that's attractive, you got to work on being as attractive as you can be in whatever situation with your God-given looks or your body and the way you present yourself to the world. See, if you looking dusty, man or woman, that ain't his or her fault that nobody want to talk to you. That's your fault. If you need to hit the gym, hit the gym. If you need to dress better, dress better. If you need to get your confidence up, that's something that you gotta personally work on. That's something that you gotta fix. That's not his or her fault. It's not like, oh, somebody came into your life and no, that's not his or her fault. Don't tell me you was at the top of your game before you met this person and they just drug you down to the bottom, and now that they're gone, you can't get yourself back up there. I mean, if you was at the top of your game before you met them, you should know your way back up, right? And if they ain't around to drag you down, it should be easy for you to climb back up there. But if you saying that you just down there and you stuck and downtrodden, you lying. Because that ain't his or her fault that you down there. So what? I mean, your family taught you to bad habits. Now, all the things that your family taught you as a norm that you come as an adult to find out are really abnormal and dysfunctional. When you tried to put that into a relationship and somebody wasn't having it, that's not their fault. How dare they actually not take your BS? Oh my God. That's not their fault. That's your fault. That's what I mean about, adding on to the toxicity. If somebody told you drama was cool and you tried to bring another person drama and they didn't want it in their life and they got rid of you because you brought drama, that's not their fault. It's not the other people. Nobody wants me. Nobody want to be with me. Nobody want to be with your drama. That if they didn't bring drama to you, they don't want yours. Same thing. I was taught that all men cheat. Okay. So basically you brought your drama to her life. You wooed her to being your only woman, and not cheat on you while you're cheating on her like it's cool. And then when she get fed up and have a blow up and leave you, oh, something wrong. These chicks out here tripping. No, that's your problem. Something wrong with you. And now you looking for loyalty. Really? You know, people out here fronting. I'm going to be the worst human being I can possibly be. And somebody's going to come along and fix it for me. And you wonder why you wonder why people passing you by? Because that ain't their problem. That's not his fault. That's your fault. That's just the facts. Matter of fact, this is what I mean by that. If you wasted your life, and you expect somebody that you met that was a stranger to you yesterday, that has their own life that they built to fix your life. Like it's their job, like it's their responsibility. They didn't get you in a situation you got yourself in. You did. You got yourself in it, get yourself out of it. That's why in some ways, sometimes I think about certain things and then I think about it in a different aspect. So it's just like when people say, you know, you met that person. You know, you attract certain people. You do. But if you attract a certain person and they're not good for you, okay, that might be what you're attracted to and that may be a part of you. But if you don't have the common sense to say this doesn't work for me and you keep dealing with that type of energy and that type of person the same exact way that gets you messed up at the end of the day, that ain't them, that's you. If you met a thief and a thief robbed you and then you meet another person and they're a thief and you deal with them the exact same way, that's you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. See, some of these things ain't his fault. It ain't her fault. You know, I can't be a man because my mama and my daddy. Look, I get you weren't groomed to be a man. I get that. But once you become a certain age, you have to make choices to become and stay a man. Even if you were raised by both your parents and you were raised to be a man or you was raised to be a woman, once you hit adulthood, you have to actually make the choices to be one. So if you chose not to be a man, that ain't somebody else's fault. If you chose not to be a woman, that ain't somebody else's fault. If you purposely are choosing or making decisions to circumvent actually being a functional adult, that ain't another person's fault. You know, these women out here ain't about nothing. They full of it. Yeah, that's true. But here's the problem with it. Is that your excuse for not keeping it 100? Because if you kept it 100, you ain't got to deal with them. Talk to somebody else. They ain't feeling you, talk to somebody else. They ain't feeling you, talk to somebody else. But if you're going to keep dealing with fraudulent people, that's a decision you just made. Ladies, all these black men ain't nothing. All of them. Okay. Why people look at y'all worse? It's because you got here's the thing. You got approached by various different types of men. Were they all exactly the same? No. Were some of them good? Yeah. Were some of them bad? Yeah. Is it his fault you chose the bad ones over the good ones? Just like fellas, is it her fault that you chose the bad chicks over the good chicks? Is it? No, it's not. That's you. Did these people in your life stop you from achieving your goals in life? Or did you? Did you put the want or need for love over your life? Is that his fault or her fault? Did you put off love because other things were more important? And now you looking for it from the same group of people that you brushed off And now you mad at them because how dare they not come back at your beck and call? Is that their fault or is that your fault? If you have all these standards that nobody met, and then you find people that meet your standard, and you ain't up to par for them, and now you mad, is that their fault or is that your fault? See, the question at the end of the day is this. Are you being real with yourself? Because if you're being real with yourself, I straight up say, I got about 11 minutes in here. I've made a plethora of mistakes when dealing with the opposite sex. Some mistakes I've repeated. But I know the difference between things that I'm doing and things that they're doing. I know to take responsibility for my actions. If I'm simping, I did that. If I'm disrespectful and she don't want to be around me no more, I did that. You feel me? If I was selfish, I did that. But see, people are going out into this world acting like they don't know who they are. Like this is why I don't like people walking around with this free-spirited mumbo jumbo crap. Because you know exactly who you are, but you try to hide behind, oh, I'm just finding myself and I don't know that I'm a complete and utter asshole. Oh, but that's the old me. That's the me 5 hours ago. But this new me, no. I don't want to hear that. You can't be grown and not know who you are. All you doing is lying to other people. Because guess what? The truth about you comes out in moments of sacrifice. See, you know who you are when you want something. The other person knows who you are when you want something or when you need something. And see, you put that against who you are when it's time to give something or make a sacrifice. See, if those two people ain't aligned, people know who you are. And you know who you are. Because you made the decision to raise holy hell to get what you want and need. And then when it's time for you to give somebody heaven, can't do it. Keeping it all to myself. That says something about you. That ain't his or her fault. That's you. So when karma of whatever in life comes back on you, you can't just blame that on the opposite sex. You just can't. You just can't because that's you. You don't want to admit that it's you. And just because you don't want to admit it's you doesn't mean your bullshit don't exist. Just saying, I'm out.